Hi, my name is Sebastian Mijawi, and this is my learning target on Free Demo 3B. Today I'll be showing that I can simplify 3 and 4 input equations using K-maps. For our first example, we'll be using a 3 input equation. I've written down our K-map already and a group size key. So looking at the equation here, we have A and not B and not C. So we look for 0, 1, 0, 0. And we look here for 1, 0, 0. And we fill in a 1 here. Since this is a sum of products, we fill in a 1. Our next one here, we have not A, not B, and C. So we're looking for 0, 0, 1. We have here 0, 0, 1, and we fill that in. Next one, we have a complement of all 3 terms, not A, not B, and not C. So we look for 0, 0, 0, which is here in this top left. For our final term, we have A, B, and not C. We look here on our K-map for 1, 1, 0, and right here we have that. Next, we find the most largest possible group, and over here we see at the bottom left we can group these two together and these two together. Now we have a group of 2, we know that there'll be 2 product terms. So over here, we have A and B, and we see that A and B, the A does not change, so we wrote down the A, but the B does change. It goes from 1 to 0, so that exits the term. Over here, we have C, and we see that C stays the same, so we write down C, and since this is a 0, we make that a complement. Next, we have the top left. We see that A and B do not change, but C does change. So C exits this group, and we simply write down A and B, but since they are both 0, we complement it. And that is our first example. For our next example, we have a 4 input equation. I've written down our K-map already and our group size key. Now, a 4 input equation will have 16 rows, so a K-map will have 16 boxes to represent those 16 rows. Here we have our equation, and we have not A, not B, not C, and not D. So we're looking here for 0, 0, 0, 0, and here we look for 0, 0, 0, 0. We fill in a 1 right there. Next we have not A, not B, and not C, and D. So we look for 0, 0, 0, 1. We look here, we have 0, 0, 0, 1, and we fill in the 1. Next we have not A and B. So we're looking for 0, 1. Over here we look for A, B, and we see we have 0, 1. We fill in a 1 right there. For our last term, we have A and B, which is 1, 1. So we look here for 1, 1. Next, we find the largest possible group. And over here, we see that we can group these 2 right over here and these 2 right over here. So over here, we see on our key, if we can group 2, we know that there'll be 3 product terms. Here, we have A and B. So we write down A, both complemented. And over here we see that C stays the same, but D does not. So D exits the term, and we simply just write complement C. For our next group, we have C and D. And we see here that we can group 2. We see that the A changes, but the B does not. So we write down B, and since it's a 1, we just write the B. And we see here C, D. We write simply those 2, and we complement both.